The next question and or memory I'm going to bring up is probably one you have relived thousands of times in your mind, and hopefully I don't kind of strike a negative chord for you. My senior year, we lost in the first round of the tournament, and it was devastating. You guys lost to UCLA, and I want to hear the step by step towards the end of the game from your perspective. My perspective, I was out with an injury in the NBA at the time, and I was able to go down and travel to the game. And I've told this to Adam before, and this will be my first time telling you. You guys had that game under control, right? I called the airlines and made flight reservations to move on to the next round, and hotel reservations at halftime because it seemed like things were under control. So that was a frustrating, disappointing loss for me as a fan, and as a former player. Walk us through that game, and does it still haunt you to this day?
Definitely. I think when you end your college career with a loss, and you see every year, that happens every year in the tournament. Those heartbreaking games, uh, especially in our situation where we was winning the game, by a good margin. I think I can't remember exactly what was how many points we were winning by halftime. So towards the end of the game, I had the ball in my hands, and I during the preseason, I'm practicing, and me and Craig Portier, he was my guy, my 2 years. He was the guy who was spending most of the time, and we always uh, uh, thinking about this moment. JP, we practice this because maybe you never know. So during that year, I think Derek Rivio was the highest percentage in free throw of the team, and I was close second, close second. So I had utmost completely confidence that if they fouled me, I was going to the line. I was gonna make the free throws, and maybe seal the win. As soon as I get the ball, they trap, and I hear the coach screaming foul, foul, foul. So as soon as I as soon as I heard that, I held the ball, and I was waiting for the foul, and they ended up knocking the ball out of my hands. Derek was right there in front of me. I could just easily pass to him, uh, make them foul him, and then take him to the line. And after that, it was just a blur. After that, I think it was a blur. They go and they score. They go up maybe two. I don't remember. But it was really heartbreaking, and it haunted me for a lot of years. But after that, you live through those heartbreaking moments so many times when you turn professionally. You lose so many games, you make mistakes, you lose games where you make mistakes, and then you end up getting through those moments. I think for the fans, definitely it's sad. But for us, we need to get over. You just get over it, and you learn how you have to move on. And definitely we wish the outcome would have been different. And because we play for GU with so much pride, and we want almost to win, but it happens. It happens. Losing is part of winning. So definitely it was heartbreaking for me. But I don't think about that much. I think about all the great memories I had that year.
Well, you definitely created a lot of great memories during your 2 years at Gonzaga. I remember watching you closely. I remember talking with you shortly after that at Summer League in the NBA in Las Vegas. I think you were with Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken, at the time.
Right.
And we had kind of talked about, you had hoped that you were going to get a legitimate shot at the NBA, but based off of size and age, it might not happen. And you seemed to be understanding and content at the time, and you were going to make the most of a professional career in Europe. You've done that 15 years or so that we've already discussed. When you look back now at those 15 years, what surprised you the most with your professional career in Europe and overseas?
what surprised me the most?
Yeah.
Man, maybe just um, how much how much how selfish people can be. You know, as you play, you go year after year playing with different guys, and then people obviously you have to want to do your best, you know, to get a job the next year. But guys, sometimes you just meet people who are selfish and they not really look for that looking to get chemistry, you know, looking for that family atmosphere who will get you winning. You know, guys who come in and try to get numbers and you know, and my first year out was so difficult because we had three different coaches, and I was like, man, this is all about money. It's all about you have to produce, you have to be productive. You know, if you don't, you cut right away. So for me, my first couple of years, I was really surprised by that. Then, you know, guys, some teams they're really looking for players who do this or do that. If you don't, you're out. Coaches, you got to come in, you got to win. If you don't win, you're out. So I was really surprised, despite the way the business works. And then after that, you get used to, you know, and you try to do your best every year. But for sure, those things kind of set the tone for me to always be ready, always be in shape, always be able to produce. You know, for me, that was one of the things that really shocked me the most.